Alright, so I'm showing you a problem. I tried running the first batch, and the air that comes out of the nozzle as it hits the board, these are so light, so it's like a hockey puck here at the underneath. Did not anticipate that, so we're going to have to come up with a new solution because of that. So this is just not going to work. Okay, so what I learned, there's a couple things. One is that these are not all the same thickness, so while I had them all laid out, if I hit frame, I scraped some of these, and the first time these actually shifted a little bit. So you're going to want to slide it over. I'm arrowing over, kind of see how it's touching that one. You want to get on the ones that are close, because we can't have this touch it, and then re-autofocus. So to do that, you hit ZU, arrow up to autofocus, hit enter. It's going to reset the height, because we've got to make sure we can clear that, okay? And then I shouldn't reorigin. It should go back to here and then hit frame and see, make sure we don't scrape anything. We need to be able to go over top of all the discs. So if you autofocus on whatever is the thickest one, you should be good. You can always too just manually kind of use the arrows and make sure you can make a clean pass on top of all the discs before you start it. Okay, that would be a good thing to check. Because if we're going to scrape it now, once you're halfway through, it's going to move them. Alright. Alright, the other thing was that the height actually did have to go down because of those thicknesses. And so I needed a block here to act, that's independent from this piece. So if you flush the ends, alright, we want to keep those flush. This origin should be pretty close to that. This does like interfere. There's something back there that stops it. You can only push it back so far. If you think like me that maybe the nozzle, like you would want to push this back just a slight bit further. I don't know, I can't tell. It's hard to tell. I think it's close. You could always tweak the board and adjust that and like have it, a little bit past or a little bit towards it. Let me see. Like you're trying to look over from the side, and you can see that the nozzle looks like it's past the board. Like I'd want the board to go like back just a little bit, right? That's close, I guess. It's pretty close. But so then this acts as just something that we can pop this against to stay square and to kind of help align us. Okay, so I'm gonna finish tweaking this and then we're gonna try to run it. Alright, so here's another video just as I'm figuring out the setup. This block got cut, so we're gonna have to put the cut side against the rail. And basically, if you just slide this gently forward until it interferes with the wires and the limit switch in there, so just gently nudge it, you're good. At that point, we want the origin of the nozzle to be the most forward and right position, and then we want the top edge to be pretty much flush there. Now all these little slots we cut out, because as the engraver is passing over, all the air coming out of here was hitting the board and making these slide around like a hockey puck, like an air hockey. So I'm thinking that we've got it, I hope. So we're gonna go ahead and try to run this thing, and our hope is that as it travels back and forth, the air can go through those holes and go down and not make these move, and at this point it looks like we're gonna be good, okay? So Blake, I really hope this makes a lot of sense to you, that I'm able to kind of put it into edit all my different little cuts, put it into a video, that you can handle this and start pumping these guys out. Alright, the first run I think was successful. Those boxes, I think, I was worried they didn't help at first, but I had something not lined up well with this board. So the board, I learned, the first time I autofocused, these mated well. The second time, it dropped this slightly lower, and they can actually slide underneath. And so if these tabs slide underneath here, then you're not keeping it square, and I hadn't realized that it even did that. So these were out of position, and so that's why the nozzle wasn't even where it was supposed to be, and I was still getting the airflow underneath. But once I got it re-squared away, they seem to be working. So make sure that you've got this board, okay, up against here, and then make sure the little tabs on the plywood, right, these tabs here, that they are aligned to this. So you almost have to lift the edge, like lift the whole board up, right? Okay, until you get that to mate, and then just like drop it down. Don't let it slide under like that. You're gonna be, that was my problem. Okay. All right, well, I hope I've done what I need to for you.
The file name that you want to look for on the engraver is this EHS12 as well. So just so we make sure we've got that. That should be saved in the Google Drive folder we created.